I have Shelby's number.
Feeling.
Hey, Shelby, I'm at Mission Row. Whenever you want to start this meeting, I'm around.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna head down there from SGSO. I will let Tessa. I invited the heads of the departments to come as well,
Okay.
just so they're all on the same page.
All right.
And Bass may be a little late.
Yeah, of
He should
course.
be
He's
around
always fucking
soon.
late, this motherfucker.
Yeah. But I'll be down there soon. Let me give Tessa a call and double check to make sure Friday's coming.
All right, sounds good. I'll be here.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Bye.
That's standard time, yeah. Trap guy, trap guy. There wasn't no witnesses. Hello.
Hey, how's your hand doing?
Hey, goodbye, my man. No idea who you are. Why does Sully think Lang is even going to entertain a conversation with him? All right, time to go buy a gun.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Hey, how's it going?
I gotta see this. I'm sorry, sir.
All good, man. What's up? Yeah, I'm all good, my man.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm all good. I think a local just fucking hit the cars inside the ammunition store.
Oh, all right. Okay, as long as you're
Appreciate
good.
it. Thank you.
You have a good day, sir.
You too, my man. Well, the thing about this car is Lang is actually safe in it. And the awkward thing is going to be when somebody pulls a gun on Lang and we just drive away because the car is bulletproof. I can see Reddit going crazy.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, sir? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Are you a legal rep by any chance?
No, sir. Why?
Just parking.
Oh, I'm the mayor, so I don't know if that counts.
Oh, you're the mayor. Okay, well, free to go, sir.
Thank you, my man. Appreciate that.
Anytime.
My man, is Shelby here?
Shelby? No, I don't think so.
Jesus, Carter, my
give
God,
me a
I'm not
moment.
used to seeing you in a fucking uniform like that.
Yo, what's going on, man? Give me a second. Let me check because I don't know. I'm not technically on duty. I'm eating lunch. Got Chipotle.
The fuck, Chipotle, you're disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
Disgusting.
Hey, man, you gotta go with what you gotta go with, man.
Disgusting fraud, Carter. That's disgusting.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it.
Jesus, copper in a fucking LSPD uniform?
Keys, I think, because I'd like you to actually have access and everything. Okay. Well, you can, just in case you want to use it. Okay. Oh. Wanna decorate it however you want. Okay. Perfect.
Hey, there he is. Yeah, Shelby is around. Give me a second to find her real quick.
No problem,
she's
sir.
on her way.
What's up, Tessa? How you doing?
What's up, Tessa? How you doing?
I'm tired.
Me too, strangely enough.
Why are you so tired, Buddha?
I don't know. I just feel exhausted this morning, but I feel like I slept well.
Hey, I got Mayor Buddha. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let him know. All right, I'll let him know. Better have a good ass day.
Tired, man.
She's about 3 minutes out. 1 to 3 minutes.
I'm gonna meditate real quick. It's like
All
this.
right,
I wish I
okay.
could drink caffeine, dude. I slept well. I went to bed like at 10:30.
Hello. Did
Oh, hold on. I think he said he was gonna meditate.
okay? Do we want to talk in the captain's office, or do we want to go somewhere else?
I'm sure the captain's office is fine. Is anyone
Okay.
else coming?
So Treddy has to deal with a whole bunch of stuff right now. So
Grab some water.
I've been just like
It'll
I've been
wake me up,
keeping you
but-
updated. I've been keeping him updated. Bash should be here soon. Keyword should be here soon. But he already said just start it without him and he'll show up.
Of course,
And
Bass said that means
then-
he's not showing up.
He said he needed it would be like 20 minutes. So, we'll see.
Okay.
Try and give him some faith. And then Libby, she knows about it also, but realistically, she probably won't because she's more shift 3. Yeah, I invited high command so that way they could be on the same page, but I have been keeping everyone up to date.
All right, sounds good to me. I mean, if you want to get started now, we can get started now. It's it's the ball's in your court.
Okay, I need to send. So Willie is in the bathroom, and then he'll be over here. But I need to send you something. I sent it to Bass has it and Tessa has it.
Okay.
But it's kind of it's an easier way to go about things. Hold on. Hey, Bones. No, I don't need you. Yeah, I don't need you. They elected you, but I don't need you. I needed Treddy. No, you aren't. No, I can't. I'm in an important meeting. Okay, you'll be waiting for a while. Okay. Yep, on my way right now. On my way. I just told Bones I'm on my way. Okay, let's go in here.
Like shit.
Tess, you can have a big seat.
Oh, where do we go? Oh, we went in there. I'm like actually fried. Oh, why? I wish I could drink a coffee right now.
I need to try and email this to you. Unless Tessa, you can email him easier than me.
You have my email? Give it to you right now if you need it.
No, I don't have it. I was trying to look for it.
It is. It's Buddha hashtag 6829.
What were the numbers again?
6829. Guys, I already have like 99999 friends requests.
Let me pull this up real quick.
Got a whole Trello going on. Sheesh.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with the simple things and then expand into some pretty big changes that I want to implement that I have already been doing with STSO since summer.
Okay.
So I put together a Trello board.
Yeah, I see it now.
That I want High Command and the mayor's on, like you and Eve on here. You can see that I already put a card on there for each one of us, except for myself, just because I'm kind of playing around with stuff anyways. But the goal is to do most communication or like documents put in here. So that way it's not a matter of, oh, I emailed this to you, like playing email chain and swapping stuff around. So it's all in one spot, because I'm going to be honest, I started to do a Word document for everything and it was driving me nuts. And this is a very visual way of seeing everything too.
Yeah, I agree.
So I mean, I'll clean it up more, but basically my goal of the suggestions from other commissioners / mayor's office, High Command, and you guys will have something on there. You can look at Willie's card where he suggested something. And if I implement something or if I've already looked at it or one of us have,
God, I
we
wish
can
he was
comment on
here.
it. And I'll probably add like a tag for cards that need to be looked at or something I need to look at. But what I'm almost thinking is, instead of each individual department coming with a budget to you every month, I come to you and we have a sit down and go over everything and what's been requested for the month. But we use the commissioner's account as pretty much the main account that departments will request us for things. And then from there, I will transfer. So then instead of them waiting until the end of the month, they can go in, like Tessa would be able to go into her SAS budget request, put in the amount she's requesting and do a quick little comment thing with what she's requesting and why. And then myself and Willie can look at it. I do plan on bringing one other person to help with this. And it'll be like kind of a little team. They'll be underneath me. But we will be kind of the middle liaison for people to come to us throughout the month to ask for stuff. And then at the end of the month, we can discuss kind of what we saw was being requested mainly, or what, you know, the biggest need is. And if it's something that a lot of departments are requesting, instead of having it be a department thing to be requested, we'll move it under a UPD request. So as you can see on the left-hand side, I have moved, you have a UPD repairs and UPD food. Those are two things that I'm taking away from the departments, and we're putting that under just commissioner's office. So instead of having places deal with multiple people from multiple departments, it is going to go just through me and the commissioner's office with just one budget. So that takes a little bit of stress off of repairs.
Yep.
The very top one, you can see the current bank accounts info. So I did something this week. I have been working really hard on all this.
Yeah, I can tell. This is crazy. Crazy
yeah,
organization.
so the commissioners, the current bank accounts information, I'm not going to update the balance every single day. It is going to be before you and I have a meeting, I will go in and put the current balance of the account so we can just see it without going to an ATM. I think your account, Tessa, though, is incorrect. I think I just copy and
Oh.
pasted. I think you guys have like 1 million. So basically what I did a couple days ago, Bass agreed with it, is I went in and I drained every single PD account except for PNT down to 2 million. If they had under 2 million, they kept it the same, and I transferred it into the commissioner's account. So currently, the UPD as a whole has 76.33 million. And what I'm wanting
Jesus.
to kind of do is, and this is, I want a month trial for all of this, of what I'm suggesting, because I want to see how everything goes, and I can openly communicate with you. If you want a meeting once a week or once every other week, we can do that, so you can see how it's going, but you can visually see how it's going, because I'll update it in here too.
Okay.
I want to top it off at just 100 million. So other than a couple side things that I'm requesting, which honestly I think I can take just out of this, I wanted to start everything just at 100 million. So there's a very high possibility we won't ask for anything come next month.
Okay.
Because we'll be able to kind of see a little bit more where everything is being allocated. And it'll have a little bit more, instead of just once a month people asking for stuff. It's gonna create more of a flow, I guess. But yeah, you can go through and see all that. I think some of the accounts may change, and I need to go in. I just didn't want to worry about it when I put this together. And basically where the balance is, I'm underneath that, I'm going to have whoever is in charge of each of those accounts.
Okay.
So that way you can see who's physically in charge of them. But yeah, you can go through that and see just everything there. And then if you guys ever need to transfer to one specific department, you have it there. So this goes with like Bones asking for money for bounties and stuff like that. He would come to me, which takes pressure off of you.
That sounds good to me. Shelby, you know that all repairs at autos for police are free, right?
I wasn't sure. So, because that was the next thing I was going to talk about was repairs. Liam messaged me and he said he was putting something together.
The
Law, I guess he's the one in charge of all the financial stuff.
he's probably gonna put a budget together to the state, but the officers don't pay for repairs at autos.
Okay, but we can't. I do understand using a place that's free. I do think that is great. However, I don't think we need to bring it down to just one, because there are times when there's no one at any repair shop. So having a few options.
I agree. I think the options should be 2, though. Personally, I just think it's a very easy system for these shops to manipulate to get more funding from the state without even really needing it.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
so.
Iron Hog is a very small one, and they're pretty cheap with their stuff as well. I mean, I personally, I would like to try and keep it to those 3, even if we just try it for a month and see, because then we can see where everything is for a whole month as
Yeah, I mean, we could do that
as a whole.
That works. Yeah.
And then just adjust it from there. But if you, in the UPD repairs, I have a breakdown of January and February. I think it is a little off though. I also have something else inside of there because it's a Excel sheet.
Dude, this is an insane amount of work.
Harmony, they're going to be including food as well if people need to get food, which we're not getting to food yet. But I want to run it for a month, and at the end of the month, I'll put the total cost in the comment section, so we have a running thing and seeing how much we've spent each month.
So, we're not touching on food yet. But
Not yet.
Just side comment. I don't like the food system right now.
Oh, I know. I trust me. I feel like you will like what I'm about to say.
Perfect. Hell yeah.
So, yeah. Do you have any questions about the repairs?
Repairs are good. I think we stick it to autos, Harmony, and Iron Hog. Don't worry about the budget for autos. We'll just handle that internally with as the state. And then
Okay.
Harmony and Iron Hog would be the only ones who need obviously to give us the budget they want or need, but we have to make sure that's not being they're not skimming off the top.
Okay. Oh, that's Bass. Hey, Bass, we're in the captain's office. So, like, how soon? Okay, it was very packed. You're right. Okay. Oh, soon, like you're here soon. Okay. Yeah, we're just in the office. Okay, bye. He's almost here. He said traffic was really bad.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
I'm not giving up my chair.
That's up to Bass.
Morning, y'all. Just traffic was really heavy in Los Angeles.
Hello.
Morning, Bass.
Good morning.
I assume we're missing Toretti and Libby.
Yeah, Libby, I didn't think would show, but she knows. Toretti, he apparently has a lot going on right now and wasn't able to step away.
Okay. All right. We can proceed. I'm ready when you are.
Yeah. Well, we went over repairs, so that's the pretty common thing that I already went over you with. If you go into the goals for the budget within the UPD, I'm gonna
supposed to look at Shelby.
the Trello I sent you. I'm gonna save food for after my next thing that I want to do. I want to request $1 million, and again, we can take that out of the commissioner's account. To do a raffle a week for a tourist within the UPD. It can be anyone with an UPD, not one specific department. And we would just pull it from, we could either do it a list at autos where they keep track of the officers who come in and just pull it from that person, like from that list of people who've gone there, or we can switch it up between repair shops, but that could encourage people to go to autos to have the government funded repairs. So it'd be a total of 4 Tauruses given out over the next month. But I do have
that idea.
I have a couple exceptions to this. So if someone wins it and they already own a Taurus, they can either obviously purchase that. They can either purchase an Explorer, a CVPI, but they don't get to keep the additional money, or they can give it to someone else. If they don't want to choose who to give it to, we'll re-roll it. They don't get any of the money from it. I don't think it's fair for them to keep it car. And if you already have one, then it goes to the next person.
Okay.
No, pretty simple. I mean, we've done something like that in the past multiple times, so I love that idea. Especially now, since people need Tauruses.
Yeah. The next thing, which is repair kits for the UPD, I'm trying to keep to repairs first. I was thinking, and this is where I kind of need your guys' input, is if we could, Harmony does charge $800 for repair kits instead of the $1,100 that we spend here. Funding just maybe like 20 repair kits a day, which would come to about $112,000 a week or $448,000 a month. And it would be just in the locker for people to use if they need to. And we can adjust the numbers as we go.
I'll be honest. I don't think it's necessary. The repair kit is something you just kind of grab as you go with the other gear, right?
Yeah.
I think we're paying a lot, anyways. That we can use that money somewhere else that probably more suited, in my opinion. But I mean, you know the budget better than I do, so I trust you.
No, I agree with that. I want to throw that idea out there.
I can't process all this. I'm processing like
it was something that
70%.
Willie suggested, so I wanted to put that in there and break it down a little bit more. Which then comes to food. I want to shake. I still need to do the announcement, but I want to shake things up with food.
Into perfectly.
I was gonna kind of implement Brian's idea with my idea that with what I've been doing for a while now. But after talking to a couple restaurants, the ticket system may be a little too convoluted for this many people because Brian's department was small. So I'll start with saying I want to get rid of food lockers. That is something I am yeeting today.
Thank God.
Please. I think we need more.
Yeah, food lockers destroyed the restaurant.
It's gone. Yep, it is. It has. And so I already have restaurants already super excited. So I don't know how much Dewey has told you about our deal.
This room occupied.
Get the fuck out of here, Pred.
I'm talking to the colonel. I'm not talking to you. Don't you fucking talk to me like that. I ain't gonna take your shit.
Get out, Pred.
Okay, sure.
So yeah, food lockers gone. What I've been doing with roosters since like July, August has been, I have a sheet and it's going to be different, a little bit different. So
Okay.
I have a sheet where your guys' employees fill it out. I allowed SCSO to grab as much food as they wanted because I used to do a small food order Monday through Friday. It wasn't a big one. It was just something in case people were busy or there weren't any restaurants around. It was, I think, 30 meals per day just for 5 days of the week. And once it was gone, it was gone. So SCSO could grab as much food as they wanted. But what I want to change is we'll keep it the same. However, it'll be for the whole UPD. And they'll only be able to grab 2 meals unless it's like Bass, Tessa, Libby, Toretti, or myself. And that'll be for like meetings or, you know, little things, right? But it'll be up to them to decide if they want to grab more than meals. No one else is authorized to do it. So I've already talked to Do It Roosters. He knows he's already updated our sheet and is just waiting for me to give them a go ahead. Same with Maldini's, Uwu, and Shrugway. And I want to slowly bring the rest of the restaurants into it as well. And I would take care of them every week. And I would keep track of it in the UPD food card that I have there. Having all of PDN will help it run smoother. I'm not joking. Roosters and I, we cleared it up within like a week. It was just more of the growing pains of them knowing that we didn't have to pay.
Okay, and
Sorry,
continue.
No, you're good. You're.
I'm just curious. And this deal that you have with Dewey and Roosters, is this similar deals you're gonna have with other restaurants?
Yes. So it's to encourage foot traffic and to encourage people wanting to actually work again at restaurants.
Yeah.
And I want to
business
give
and,
yep.
you know, interactions going because most times people just want to speed run the process.
The thing is, why is food
go, right?
So the limit would be 2 meals. So that way people can't do food lockers. And if they want to, they're paying out of their own pocket. And if they want to try and game the system to go and get 2 free meals from each of the restaurants every hour, so there is a stash, okay, well, they just interacted with each of those restaurants.
Let me ask a question. Why does the state need to pay for police's food?
It doesn't. It does not.
Yeah, they don't.
It's a nice perk. That's all. I mean,
it is a nice perk. We are the lowest paid people in the state. I mean, I think EMS and us are like the lowest.
I can't lose votes.
When I was EMS, I made more than I did as an officer, and it's not something we have to. But I know that I've heard from other people who work at mechanic shops or other places that what they make per hour is way more than what we make per hour. So it's just it's a benefit, but it's also one of those taking care of us when we're out there patrolling the city type of thing.
No, I mean, I get it. I just feel like, you know, with all the respect, a lot of cops have just gotten extremely spoiled with getting everything for them handed for free by the state. Curious as to why no one's ever questioned any of it.
I have never questioned it because it's a nice perk. I'm not saying no to, you know, free food, right? It's better than actual food. But it's not the end of the day for us when it comes to removing that as a perk.
Well, I gotta take this. Unknown numbers could be terrorists trying to kill me. Just give me 1 quick second. Hello?
Okay.
Hey Lang, it's Cleo. Guess who fucking called me today?
Hey, listen, I'm in a meeting with like every
No,
single
this
high
is
command
important.
officer right now.
I don't care. This is about you as well.
All right, sorry about that. Crazy people call me all the time. Unknown numbers. It's been insane. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against the perks for the officers, but it's just interesting. It's very interesting, especially now. I know you guys don't make a lot of money, but it's not like you motherfuckers are broke.
No, not a single officer's broke, honestly, and not a lot of people will actually care if this got changed tomorrow. It's a nice perk for some that do care.
Yeah, I do also know that the reason why food lockers was important sometimes was shift 3 especially. There were times where they would be going around and officers would have to eat IFACs because no one was around for them to get food from.
Yeah, but I feel like people use like very rare singular instances to like prove a point, right? I'm sure that's happened before, but I feel like that's not the norm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, a day or two is fine,
sometimes.
but
I've had
apparently went on
sometimes
for
weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
it's
they
it's
said.
I've had it for weeks.
You have to
Even
look at
during,
it
like,
though as
shift two.
it's like it's a problem. It's like a rotating problem because everybody stopped working at restaurants because everybody stopped going to restaurants and stockpiling food. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a revolving door, like you said, right? It's cause and effect that led to this whole entire shit show that we have today.
Yeah.
I mean, my hope of us doing it this way is, one, we can see how much PD business is actually bringing in. And like, it's not a whole bunch, like 2 meals per hour, only because that's the easiest way to kind of keep track of it. And if they want to get more, they can pay for it, but also it will kind of encourage people not stocking food lockers, because if we completely take it away, willing to bet people will try and encourage food lockers and they will stock up. Compared to us doing something like this, it'll encourage them going to businesses.
Yeah.
And I can even move it down to 1 if that makes it better.
1 meal
Per hour.
Per hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that you should only go to a restaurant when you're hungry. You know what I'm saying? I don't go. Who's this?
This is Willie. He
Okay.
is, he
Oh, I
works
see,
with me.
I see. Okay.
Like I don't go to a restaurant, buy food, and then leave with 7 extra hamburgers in my pockets in case I get hungry later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I only go there when I'm hungry. That's how I personally feel like it should be.
Yeah.
You are the 1%, because motherfuckers be buying 5-10 meals that can last them a whole entire day.
I mean, I can tell you that sometimes when people are out there, like, things get really busy. Like, there's been times where I go out for a couple hours and all of a sudden, like, I'm forgetting that I'm starving myself.
That's kind of what I was going to say. I typically will buy a meal for me to eat when I get hungry, because that's why I'm at the restaurant. And then I will order one for later so that I can eat if I get busy. I do tend to have an issue where I'm stuck doing something for many hours and I don't have time to run away and go and grab food.
Dude, that part I just can't
Obviously,
believe.
if it's something that needs to be done, I can order food, but it can sometimes be hard when you're mobile and stuff like that comes up. I'm not saying I want people to be able to order 8 cheeseburgers or anything, but 2 cheeseburgers and 2 sides is not really, in my opinion, offensive.
And the only reason why I chose the hour is because if we go and put like a 6-hour limit or something, people are going to slip through. So it's easier just to keep track of an hour. If they see the same person trying to come in, they can easily shut them out instead of putting an odd number on it. It's more of putting that number so people aren't going in and then leaving and coming back 5 minutes later. So
Okay.
an hour was just the random number I chose to kind of prevent people constantly going in and getting food when they don't need it. The
sounds
reason
good
why
to
I
me.
chose 2 is because sometimes, again, I'm out there running myself ragged where one meal, I am so hungry where one meal isn't enough. And I know I'll be hungry soon.
Gotcha.
So that's why I kind of chose 2 and an hour, was because I felt like that was kind of a nice little middle ground.
Also, just a side note, it is appreciated when we go into a restaurant and they say, your meal's comped, thank you for being an officer and this, that, and another, because that's what happens to me when I go into a restaurant. And I always appreciate that, and I think it's good for morale, personally.
You are
But-
one of very few, Tessa. A lot of, with all due
Yeah, you're a dying
respect,
breed.
of officers here are
I
very
mean-
entitled, treat the employees like absolute garbage, and demand things when they walk into.
Well, and here's the thing is if they want to go in and demand that, they get told no. I'm more than happy to implement something like that. If they want to show any disrespect to any of the restaurants that are doing this, they can get told no and have the restaurant give me their name and we can remove officers or blacklist them from getting the free meal.
Or we could put suspended officers on meal duty, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
Oh
idea.
God, that would be beautiful. So, because I don't want people treating restaurants that way. I mean, this is to encourage bringing more business to the restaurants and getting workers wanting to actually go and work instead of having restaurants be closed. So, if that means that we make it very clear that if you want to go and complain about what we're putting into place for you, then we can go ahead and remove you from that.
All right. I mean, sounds good to me.
And I mean, I want to
Hell
run it
yeah.
for at least a month just to see where everything is. And put that shock into place. Because here's the thing is, say in a month we realize that we're spending a lot of money and you want to move it down to 1 meal or you want to help readjust it, we can rediscuss it. We can even rediscuss it in like another week or two.
So, what is Harmony's food deal? They sell food? Do they have a
They
food
have
spot?
a restaurant, the Harmony Diner. So a lot of the
Okay.
times they have cops that will. So I did notice that their repairs are more than autos because they would have cops go there, mainly during shift 3 or other shifts when restaurants weren't around, because of the fact that they had food as well, so they could get the repair and the food.
I mean, sure it's that.
I have no idea. I mean, I usually go to autos.
Yeah,
You see what I mean? It's unregulated. We don't really. I'm not saying that Harmony is acting malicious, but like I said, if I was a mechanic shop and I was offered to give the state a budget needed, cover repairs, food, whatever, I would definitely buff that up and skim off the top because it's so unregulated.
Jordan is he has a new spreadsheet that he's putting together. I think it's finished. I just have to actually wake up late at night when I can come around to get it from him because he said he's going to send it to me so I can physically see what's going on and what the cost of stuff is.
Okay.
So, and then Lucy from Iron Hog is very good about sending me a full breakdown invoice.
All right. That's actually great. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So, and then what I would do is when I pay stuff, I'll put it into the comment section of each of those tabs. So food will have the food breakdown. If you go to the very bottom of the UPD food, you can see I already have a format and I'll fill that out, put it in the comment section so we can actually physically see.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Mayor, if Harmony's cooking their books FTX edition, let us know. We'll look into it. I mean, we got.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Harmony's cooking their books. I'm just saying a big thing with budgets. They're so unregulated that anybody can cook the books.
Right.
Oh,
100%. In and out too as well.
Because why would Bass question me charging him $500 for a combo when it maybe only cost me $100 to make? He doesn't know that.
Exactly right. I don't
Right.
know
And then if Bass is buying it for the entirety of the PD, I'm going to charge $1 million, and it maybe only cost me like $300,000 to make that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you won't question that because why would you?
Yeah, I'll be asking for the actual spreadsheet. This makes it a lot easier unifying everything because we can kind of look at it a little bit more.
Yeah, and like I said to Shelby already, the only reason I care this much now is because a lot of people don't realize that that state-funded loans no longer exist. So the city isn't going to be making anywhere near as much money as it currently does.
Right, because a lot of exactly, because the loan system that they had in place,
It was
a lot of money
easily
for
half,
right?
if not more, of the state's income.
Holy shit! Okay, got to brace for it then.
Yeah.
Taxes might need to be raised. Like we're lucky that the state is very healthy in the account right now, but eventually, those
Long term, we're gonna feel it. Short term,
we're gonna feel it long term.
Yeah, well, I think that's good that we're moving everything together then.
Yeah, like this is perfect timing for this.
Yeah. This is very good timing. So those were my points for all that. So the whole point of, and I mean, if you want to still do the meetings with, where we go over what everyone's requesting, we can. But I think this way you can put the faith in willing me to kind of budget out those petty requests or the small request to give them more money. I need to top park rangers up to 2 million also, because that's what every account has been put to. I just quickly removed everyone down to 2 million.
I mean, sounds good to me. I'll put my faith in you guys. You know what I mean? And if anything
Okay.
that kind of just seems out of the ordinary, I'll let you guys know, and then maybe we just look at.
Yeah, and we'll keep a running tab inside of each of the department tabs that I have there, so that way you can actually physically go in whenever you want and see how much people are requesting them for what. The next thing that I have, this is something that I need everyone in this room to agree on. So I went over bonuses, and the LSPD is all taken care of. They are the ones, they've all gotten paid out for February, where SASP, Park Rangers, and STSO have not. So if you go to the repair food breakdown Excel sheet that's inside of there, there is a second tab for February bonus. I pulled out all non-solo cadets and everyone who was paid in February. So there are some people with LSPD numbers, but they were a part of the state previously. So I went in and put in their hours that they worked, and I came up with 3 different numbers. Anyone under 10 hours won't get a bonus. This is kind of something similar to what I do with STSO every month. So everyone under 10 hours does not get a bonus. 10 to 25 hours. Option 1 would be 5,000 for the month as a bonus. Option 2 would be
I'm never doing a
10,000,
meeting like this
and
ever
option
again.
3 would be
I can't do
15.
this.
And 25 plus hours. And then these are just flat amounts. I'm
This is
not
too
going to go
real,
and
dude. This
readjust
is
it
too
based on
real.
the hours. It's just a flat amount. Option 1 for 25 plus hours would be 20,000. Option 2 would be 30,000. Option 3 would be 30,000. So the total that I would request for the bonuses that have not been paid out, option 1 would equal to 1.18. Option 2 would equal to 1.810, and option 3 would be 2.99. Which option 2 is less than what I would, because what I usually do with STSO
Yeah,
is
take
I
100
what we
mil,
have
call it a
remaining,
day.
because we ask for a gas stipend for 5,000 per deputy per week. And if they don't use it, it goes towards the bonus at the end of the month. And we basically remove whatever's left, and I bonus out everyone. So this right here is still less than what we had in the STSO account for both state and STSO. Sorry, that was a lot of words at once.
Oh, you're good. I mean,
So I just wanted your guys' opinions on what you thought would be best for a bonus. I have everyone kind of marked out on there, if you can see.
my opinion is probably harsh. Oh, I will not state it.
No, let's hear it. Let's hear
No,
it.
I mean, we're here to
after.
discuss
we'd
it,
love
but
to hear
I
it.
want to, I will preface it with, if we want to change bonuses for the next months, I just want to make sure that state and STSO is paid for their February bonus, because the other departments were already.
My only question is, how much are the bonuses, and why are officers getting bonuses when they already get everything for free?
So the bonus is something that was implemented, I think, within LSPD and CPD at the time, for basically an hour and gas thing. And I correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, it was for the hours that they worked in the gas to incentivize officers.
So
I'm
what
not
is
really
it-
sure.
what is it
I'm not sure
incentiv-
what. I'm not sure what started it, because I never conformed to the same way that they did it. Personally, I would give FTOs an additional bonus to thank them for taking out cadets and actively doing it. But yeah, I've never done it the same way LSPD and CPD did it, but it is something that they started. Willie could probably explain a little more.
In here, yeah. So our hourly rate is not enough money to live in the city with all the inflation that's happened.
Yeah, but what do you spend that money on if everything you essentially get is free as an officer, right?
I just spent $250,000 on a Taurus, and I had about $20,000 left over.
But is that a necessity or a want?
It's a necessity.
The Taurus is a necessity now for every officer plus. Yeah.
Yeah, so
need
you
it.
guys are skewed. You guys are what I like to call grew up in the suburbs.
Wait, what are you trying to say? I can't.
That's a want. That's not a necessity.
Well, it's a necessity for officers to maintain pursuits, especially now with every drives an S+ car, right? In order to actually be effective.
The
patrol the
CVPI
streets.
cannot
Yeah,
keep up
the old
with most of the
CVPIs don't keep
cars.
up.
I'm
We're not
not,
all,
listen. I'm not disagreeing that it helps police work, right? I understand everybody and their mom has S+ cars. That is true. But
I mean, I will chime in. Everyone else is very quick to become a millionaire, right? But officers, we don't gain our money as much. While most people have $1 million+ dollars, you have hardworking officers who don't have $1 million+. They have their own personal asset fees and everything else. So being able to get things for work or to, it like the 250,000 will take a good chunk out of my. It's going to be a good chunk of my money. Or Willie, his money
In
is
my
going to go
case,
down.
yeah, all of my money because my
We have some
ex-wife
officers who
divorced
are,
me
yeah,
and
we have some
took my
officers who are
house.
hunting right now so they can afford a Taurus. Because
I feel like that's
hunting
cool,
is going to make
though.
them more money than constantly being on duty when they won't get it for a good amount of time.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
the alternative is giving people money for the Tauruses, but we're gonna go broke pretty quick. I mean that's $250,000 for each officer. We can't
Yeah.
afford that. There's no way in hell.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my mind just operates differently. I'm not disagreeing with with what you guys are saying, but for me, it just sounds like opportunity to get creative. Like Pred tried to get. Well, I'm not gonna give that motherfucker any credit. He burned everything to the ground over nothing. But we brought the opportunity to Pred to sponsor his PD in exchange for advertisement, right? So it would be
Right,
cool to see
sponsorship.
departments try to explore avenues like that. Maybe they approach approach a successful business and be like, hey. Give us some funding. Let's work out a deal. We'll do this for you. You slap on your logo onto our vehicles. You know what I mean? It's just, I feel like we take the easy route sometimes instead
short
of
route, right?
facilitating relationships and deals with people, which I feel like the city lacks a lot of sometimes. Is working together to accomplish a goal. The bonuses are cool. Don't get me wrong. I understand why they're needed, but I also feel like it's hard to justify it when you have so many bonuses already that you guys kind of take for granted. Free repairs, free food, all that shit.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
mean,
fair.
if
I'm all for it because you could find new avenues to fundraise money for your police department either through doing
Throw a fucking
an
event. Have a big fundraiser.
Yeah, exactly.
Auction off shit.
Right.
How many cars? How many things you guys have seized? Those fucking fancy ass cars and shit. Throw a fucking big ass cop event, auction that shit off. All the money goes to fucking funding the
we
PD.
talked about that a year ago. I don't know if Bass said it's possible.
Yeah, I mean,
anything is possible.
I wanted something like that. Where we seize cars and we sell it back to the state for money. That way we can use that money for the future budget. That was kind of also one of my ideas in the past. Wouldn't be bad to also seize a car and let maybe somebody buy it for like a day. I don't know, drive for a day or something like that.
Like I said, look, the bonuses we can keep. My only fear is eventually the state money is going to start running out. It's inevitable.
So how about this? Why don't we make sure every department is on the same page with getting their February bonus? You guys choose which one of those options, and Willie and I can throw out some ideas for something else instead of bonuses starting next month. Because I would agree, like the bonuses is something that can be taken away.
I don't want to take it away. I'm just
or we can change it up, but Willie and I can come together and think of a different way. My main concern is making sure that previous state and SGSO members get something because they didn't compared to the rest of PD. So I want to make sure we're all on the same field, line, page.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
I'm with the mayor
just to
on this
clarify,
one,
I'm all down for funding. I don't want to take it away anything. It's no shock. I'm going for a second term. I'm not trying to lose votes and squeeze the PD dry. I'm only pointing this out because a lot of people don't really get that we're in a good place now. But that big, we went from having a waterfall of cash flowing into the state account to maybe like a stream now.
I mean, I would agree with the bonuses. Like, I would completely agree with that.
I think the bonuses might have to go away next March or next month, I should say, in March.
And maybe bonuses go away after I secure my second term. How about that?
Fair, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind going back to the basics where you give us a minimum budget and then we got to make the best out of it while also trying to squeeze other avenues to make more cash. I would like something like that. That way, department's got to step up and get creative.
I just think it makes things interesting when people have to get out of their comfort zone and
I'm with you.
make things work. You know what I mean?
I am with you. I'm the smallest department in the PD, but I'm with you.
What if we, just an idea, instead of us having to, because I'm going to be honest, me going through and pulling the numbers and coming up with a few different things and getting the spreadsheet, like that takes time that I don't need to do. What if we implement what Willie has been doing with the SGSO for a while, but instead of 5,000, because what we did was deputies could come up to us every Friday and they could get a gas bonus, right? And again, since we did the other bonuses, a lot of people stopped coming to us for gas on Fridays, and we would give them 5,000. And not every deputy came up to us, but they had to actually talk to us for that. So what if instead it can come out of the commissioner office instead of just the department stuff? We can do like 1 or 2 days a week where officers or anyone within the UPD can come up to us and maybe get $2,500 to assist with gas. Because I do know some days some people will go through $5,000-$10,000 worth of gas while on duty.
Jesus, you go to Autos, they're the cheapest gas in the city.
That's even with going to Autos.
We always go to Autos. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Or I
like a
try
lot
to.
of us. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I haven't gone to, unless I'm almost out of gas. I usually go to Autos. But it is something where like that stuff really does add up. So maybe instead of doing the bonuses, we just do if you come up to us on a Friday or Saturday or Thursday or Friday, to Willie, myself, we're not going to put that on high command. You guys can get a $2,500 bonus for gas or something like that. And then we take away the rest of the bonuses, but implement the same thing. So that way it's a unified thing.
Okay, but let's not do that yet.
No, I know. It's just
I
it's a
can't be the guy that's
No.
the cause of this. You know what I mean?
No,
would
I
get
know.
murdered in the election.
That's why I'm throwing this out there as an idea, because we still have a month until the next bonuses usually go out. So it gives us a month to plan, but I want to at least put that on the table as an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I can even make a card on there for bonus, and we can all make suggestions over the next month to kind of figure out where we're going to be next month.
Right. Sounds good to me.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, we'll find ways. If there's a will, there's a way. We'll find ways to make it work.
Yeah.
For me, I like being given the minimum and being told, hey, make the best out of it. Because I think, like you said, whenever you have a challenge or leave your comfort zone, it leads to new ideas that never been happened before in the city. So I'm all about them.
All right. So, what do you think the burn rate is going to be, Shelby, for the next couple of months in terms of like budget overall?
I think with us unifying a lot of these things, with Roosters, I cleared out all the stuff already. But with Roosters, I think that we've been around, and this is for people being able to go in and grab as much as they want. It was anywhere from 8 to 12,000 a week is what it was. People didn't really abuse it. When they were hungry, they went in. So putting everyone together, I'm thinking, honestly, it will be less than us stocking the food lockers for all restaurants. I think it will be.
I think that's a great change already.
But I do think that this will bring the cost of everything down. Can I give you a number right now? No. Which is why I kind of want to see where we're at every week for the food stuff and every month for the repairs. So we can come next month and look at everything and see where we're at.
I'm looking at the state account right now. We have $435 million. The account is healthy.
Yeah, it is.
It'll be healthy for a while, but it just really depends on what the burn rate is for everything, right? Consolidate
think if
PD, hospital, DOJ,
Yeah.
state grants, all the shit that we got going on. And that shit, like, and just to give you a bit of an idea, the account was maybe like at 400 when I first came into office. That's what was with the loans. And I've maybe spent, I would say the account used to be making like maybe like 50 mil a month, and I think it's going to be making even less than half of that now.
Oh wow.
God damn.
I mean, I know that with us moving everything to the commissioner's account,
Unless I
that we
raise
can reduce the
taxes.
cost. We can reduce the cost.
That's another big one too, right? Taxes have been so dramatically low because the state funds, the state-funded loans carried the account so hard. So we could just raise taxes too. Like I have a lot of plans in place to keep the account healthy. It's just, it's just actually require work instead of just everything being automated.
Yeah. I mean, I know that with us unifying everything, we can kind of keep track and lower the amount that people are requesting. I mean, again, I think we went from 23 million in the commissioner's account to 76 million by me just draining accounts.
That is insane.
SRU had 30 million and LSPD, like once they combined DPD and VPD, had like 27 million.
Jesus
In the heck?
Christ.
My account had $800,000 in it. What in the world is going on with you people?
Holy shit.
Yeah, listen,
I mean,
SRU
I would
getting
say
$30
that they
million
definitely-
was,
That was for bounties. That money
Listen,
came
stop
from a
telling me that.
senator. No, I'm serious. I'm telling you where the
Jesus.
money came from. It came
No,
from
I
a
understand
senator.
that, but like that's just ridiculous. Hey, I need $30 million for bounties.
Mr. Buddha, I
Wasn't it the
personally I
former mayor?
respect the questioning of our budgets and such and what we need. I'm actually going to spend the next couple of weeks crunching the numbers and telling you exactly what my cost of living is and my expenses, and I'll give that to you as soon as I can, okay?
Yeah, I just want you guys to know that I'm on board with everything. Shelby, I'm on board with everything you want to do. I don't even want to take away bonuses. I only bring these potential problems up so we can think about it and not assume.
Yeah, they're
that
really
it's-
good points. They are really good points, and I'm not
Yeah.
disagreeing with you. I'm trying to just give you different perspectives. I'm someone who likes to see both sides of the fence, to kind of see. So I'm not very blinded to just sticking with one viewpoint. I like
Yeah.
seeing both viewpoints of things. So, and I do like
Well-
that, and that's why I'm trying to pull all the main things that the PD needs to survive to be covered by just the UPD, which it would be the commissioner's office.
Perfect.
There are a couple small requests that I have that are outside of the UPD, and one of them is with Tessa for 5 to 10 Tauruses, just so their department can share them.
You want that purchased by the state?
If well, I can take. Here's the thing: is I think if I don't know how you
Listen,
feel
all,
about
all,
just
all I'm
putting.
going to say is any big purchases you guys want, it's better to ask now while the account is healthy.
Okay. I think it would be realistic to ask for about 5 Tauruses for park rangers, 5 for troopers, and then maybe 10 for LSPD and 10 for BCSO, just as shared vehicles until people can purchase their own.
So that's what, 30 Tauruses? You said they're $250,000 a pop?
Yeah. Even if it's not. And here's the
7.5
thing:
million? Yeah, like,
we
see, that's easy. Do that easily, no problem.
we still do have 76 mil in the commissioner account, but I
wouldn't let the state purchase the equipment and you use that to manage the departments.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like, don't.
I understand.
I would do that now because now $7.5 million to the state right now is nothing. That's a fart in the wind.
Okay.
So we'd rather just purchase that now. Or whatever else
do you guys
would
agree
need.
with those numbers that I threw out for each department as shared vehicles for
One more time.
Tauruses?
You said 30 in total, right? One more time.
Yeah, so it would be
fuck
5
it. We can even just bump it to 50.
I mean,
Hey
so
guys, sorry to interrupt. There was a bomb threat in here, so just be careful. So we're just searching for it right now. I don't know if anybody told you guys.
no.
No.
All right, so maybe let the mayor and his friend just step out quickly before we clear it.
Oh, no, listen. I get blown up in here. I'm a fucking war hero.
Okay. Just giving you guys a heads up. Just be careful.
Appreciate
Okay.
it. Thank you.
Thank
Let's go
you.
3-1 where it's clear, Mario. Thank you.
Very good press.
So what I was saying was 5 for park rangers, 5 for troopers, 10 for LSPD, 10 for BCSO, unless we want to
Don't
bump
worry about
that.
the state. The troopers, we're good. We got 5 officers. I mean, 5 troopers right now. So we're good. We
Okay,
don't need-
then 10 for park rangers, 20 for LSPD, 20 for BCSO.
20-20-10. I like that. Easily.
20-20-10. Okay.
Yeah.
And then out of the commissioner account, I do want to transfer 400K to motor.
Can we help you?
Well,
Hey,
I was
were you
wondering-
guys just warned about a bomb threat?
Yeah.
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 We have good news.
Uh-huh.
The potential bomber has his prescription sunglasses somewhere inside the building. We think it's a bluff. There's no way he's going to blow up his sunglasses.